Hi everyone, hope you have seen the video subject verb agreement part 1 and learned basics. Today, let's learn more about the topic subject verb agreement. Are you ready? Let's begin. As a general rule, use a plural verb with two or more subjects when they are connected by the conjunction and. For example, a car and a bike are my means of transportation. John and Mary have not come today. Wheat, rice, and barley are cereals. In these sentences, we use plural verbs are and have, but note these exceptions. Breaking and entering is against the law. The bed and breakfast was charming. Bread and butter is wholesome food. His friend and benefactor has come to see him. Here we didn't use plural verbs because see the first sentence, breaking and entering is against the law. Means the crime of entering a building by force so as to commit burglary. It's an act. It's only one act. So we have to use that as. Next one, the bed and breakfast was charming. It refers one thing even though they contain the word or the conjunction and. In the next sentence, bread and butter is wholesome food. We are talking about one type of food. Again, next one, his friend and benefactor has come to see him. It denotes only one person. Okay, in these sentences, we use singular is, was or has because breaking and entering, bed and breakfast, bread and butter, friend and benefactor are compound nouns. What is a compound noun? It's a noun made up of two or more words. Each word makes up part of the meaning of the noun. When two or more nouns represent a compound name of one person or thing, then the compound unit is thought of as singular and takes a singular verb. In these examples, breaking and entering is an act, only one act. The bed and breakfast, it refers one thing. Bread and butter, it refers one food. His friend and benefactor, it refers one person. So we used here singular verb. These are compound nouns. Is that clear? In sentences beginning with here or there, the true subject follows the verb. I mean, when the sentence begins with an introductory there or here, the verb agrees with the subject that follows it. For example, there are 4 hurdles to jump. What is the subject of the sentence? In the sentence, hurdles is the subject. It's plural. The verb are agrees with it. If I say there is a high hurdle to jump, the subject is hurdle. Hurdle only one. It's singular, so we use is instead of are. Here are the keys. There are 40 students in our class. Here the subjects we use are keys and 40 students. So we use are. A lot of and plenty of take a plural verb when they denote number. For example, there were a lot of people at the concert. There are a lot of rivers in our country. There are plenty of things to do this summer. From these examples, we understand that there are a number of people, rivers, or things. They denote number. So, we use here are. But in this sentence, there is a lot of water available. It shows quantity or amount. So, it takes singular verb. Remember, a lot of and plenty of take a plural verb when they denote number. They take a singular verb when they denote quantity or amount. Similarly, a number of is always followed by a plural verb since it means several or many. There have been a number of accidents this year. We use have because a number of is always followed by a plural verb. Hope you understood. With singular collective nouns such as a crowd of people, a gang of thieves, a board of directors, a company of soldiers, a flock of sheep, etc. take a singular verb. There was a crowd of people in the street. A gang of thieves was seen entering the village at night. A new board of directors has been elected. A flock of sheep was grazing in the field. Here, we use has and was with the subjects because they are singular. Collective nouns are words that imply more than one person but that are considered singular and take a singular verb, such as group, team, committee, class, family, jury, crew, etc. We know a dozen means 12 in number. It's plural. Since it denotes a plural number, a dozen takes a plural verb. For example, there are a dozen eggs in the tray. Nouns such as scissors, trousers, tweezers, shoes require plural verbs because there are more than one. The scissors are in the drawer means there are more than one. His shoes are new. There are more than one pair. Those trousers are made of wool, more than one. But if we use a pair of with these nouns, they take a singular verb. A pair means singular. It seems like one thing. So, a pair of when applied to things like scissors, shoes, trousers, where two components are always thought of as a unit, takes a singular verb. For example, there is a pair of scissors in the drawer. This is a new pair of shoes. There was a pair of trousers in the laundry. But if we omit the words a pair of and only use the plural word, it must take a plural verb. Then, class names or categories such as clothing, footwear, crockery, cutlery, furniture and stationery are singular and must therefore take a singular verb. For example, the furniture in her house is beautiful. The stationery used in our office was of poor quality. Then news, though it is a plural form, is always treated as singular. What is the latest news? No news is good news. And advice and information are never used in plural. He gave me a lot of good advice, not a lot of good advices. There is a plenty of information on this subject on the internet, not informations. See the next point. When a phrase comes between the subject and the verb, remember that the verb still agrees with the subject but not the noun or pronoun in the phrase following the subject of the sentence. Look at the example, then you will understand it easily. The student as well as the committee members is excited. In this sentence, there are two nouns. One is the student and the other is the committee members. The student is singular but the committee members is plural. We use singular verb is here because the subject of the sentence is the student, not the committee members. So we should focus on the student and it is singular. See the next example. The president, accompanied by his wife, is traveling to India. In this sentence, the president is the subject, so we use is. If the sentence begins with the president and his wife, then use are because it's plural. The president and his wife are traveling to India. Now, we focus on the president, it's singular. So we use the president accompanied by his wife is traveling to India. See these sentences. The student or the committee members speak every day. The committee members or the student speaks every day. We can see in these sentences there are two nouns, student and the committee members. In the first sentence we use plural verb speak, but in the second sentence we use singular verb speaks. Do you know why? When a compound subject contains both a singular and a plural noun or pronoun joined by or nor, the verb should agree with the part of the subject that is close to the verb. This is also called the rule of proximity. In the first sentence, the subject that is close to the verb is the committee members. As it is plural, we use plural verb speak. And in the next sentence, the subject that is close to the verb is the student. It is singular, so we use singular verb speaks. Dear friends, hope you have understood today's class. Are you ready for a quiz? Stop the video and try to do this. Hope you have finished. Let's discuss the answers. The dog or the cats dash outside. The dog or the cats are outside because the noun which is close to the verb is cats. It is plural. Next one, Annie and her brothers dash at school, are at school. Here are Annie and her brothers, plural nouns. Dash the news on at 5 or 6 is the news because news is always singular. The basketball team dash a new coach, has because basketball team. The subject is basketball team. It is singular even though they are talking about a group of people. Next one, the police dash investigating the murder. The police are investigating the murder. Usually police is plural. To talk about an individual member of the police, we can say policeman or policewoman, or the gender neutral term police officer. Here we use police, so we have to add R with the police. Next one, Carols is the only one of those students who dash completed the assignment on time. Here we have to use has. Carols is the only one of those students who has completed the assignment on time, because the who refers in this case to the only one, which is singular. Next one, one of my best friends dash in America lives in America. The subject of this sentence is one, which is of course singular. Rice and beans, my favorite dish dash me, my native place, reminds me, because rice and beans is one dish. It's a compound subject. So we need a singular verb to agree with it. See the next one, politics dash sometimes a dirty business. Politics is one thing, so we need a singular verb. See the last one, most of the milk has gone bad. Here milk is an uncountable noun, so we have to use their has, singular. 6 gallons of milk are still in the refrigerator. You can count the gallons of milk, so we have to use their plural are. Dear friends, hope you have got all answers. Congratulations. See you in the next class with the video Subject Verb Agreement Part 3. Don't miss it. Thank you.